It's the Anfield Wrap post-match pint after Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0. I'm Neil Dockin here with James Sutton, Ali Gunn, to talk about the last thing we all want to talk about, really. I'm thinking about crying off with cramp here. I'm feeling a bit of cramp like the Galatasaray players at the end. But we've got to talk about it. It was a bit of a shambolic scenes at times from the Reds. I'm lost for words, really. I'm frustrated. It's the first time the Reds have lost back-to-back games under Arne Slot since PSG and Newcastle. And that was a barrel of laughs, wasn't it? And here we are again. They've lost back-to-back.
They have, and they didn't look like at any point really turning the tide in that game. I mean, first half we sat there and watched it, and we weren't disheartened by what we saw in the first half, but we didn't seem to create enough for Galatasaray to be threatened, and the first couple of minutes Galatasaray really sort of turned us around, and we saw a large part of what we saw over the last couple of weeks where people seem to be able to get through us relatively easily, which was concerning. But we can come on to the penalty and what we think of the penalty, but Liverpool really across the game didn't look like creating too much, and really the result reflected the performance. It was another performance really in the last week where you just left wanting more from us.
I mean, I think in the first half there are opportunities, if we dwell on whatever positives we can find. There are some big opportunities, namely for Hugo Ekitike, through one-on-one. The chance, the header, great cross from Gakpo.
We nearly scored right. We nearly scored right before their penalty.
Of course, and the old adage: goals change games. If the Reds were able to take one of those chances in the first half, we might be talking about a different game. But they weren't able to. The defensive frailties were there for all to see. We were killed at the weekend out wide by Palace, and at times again tonight we've struggled. Szoboszlai, who's done a great job, I think, filling in at right back, but he struggled early on with a big opportunity, and then again, obviously, he's caught out with a penalty. But then the second half, the game just petered out, became a bit of a scrap and a dogfight. But really, on that first half, I think where the game's won and lost. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, you used the word frustrated a minute ago, and I think that's my overriding emotion from the whole thing. There's moments where you think, oh, this could lead to something here. There's a nice little passage of play, or there's a little link up, and you think, oh, okay. But then it doesn't lead to anything, and then we just feel quite flat and quite lifeless. And it's the unforced errors that are just really starting to grind my fucking gears at the moment. And I don't want to make the whole show about Konate or the lack of Konate, the player that we've grown to admire so much in recent years. But again tonight, just so many mistakes and giving the ball away when there's really no need for it, and putting ourselves under pressure. That's the thing for me, is there was times. The first half, actually. I don't hate the first half, actually. I think apart from their penalty, I think we're quite evenly matched. But second half, we're just putting ourselves under pressure on so many occasions, making these silly errors. Players are out of position. All of a sudden, it's 3-on-2, and you're thinking, how have we got here? Do you know what I mean? And it's that, and I don't know whether it's a psychological thing. I don't know whether it's a mental thing. I know we've got players that are coming back from injury, players that aren't quite right. We've got new players coming in who perhaps haven't settled in quite right yet. And I think it's almost like a perfect storm right now, where this isn't the finished article of Liverpool. So I don't want to pour too much scorn on us. It's not like we're just being outclassed. We're just not really at the races.
No, I agree with that, and it is some of the stalwarts of the team, some of the stalwarts of the champions that are causing a lot of problems for us. Architects of our own downfall with some of the sloppiness at the back, and unfortunately, Abu, the spotlight is going to be on him. I don't really want to get into his mindset. I mean, obviously I'm mentioning it, but his mindset, whatever his mental state is, whatever he might be thinking about his future, just in terms of what we're seeing from him on the pitch. It's nowhere near the level I think we've come to expect from him.
It's not good enough. And I don't, like you said, I don't want to get into to slating him too much, because he has been on the whole wonderful for us. He's been a really, really good footballer, but at the moment he is more of a liability than an asset to what we're trying to achieve. And teams seem to be identifying that. The first ball in when Yilmaz has the opportunity and Alisson saves it, it comes down his side with Szoboszlai, and you can't point a finger too much at Dom because he's not a natural right back, but that ball comes through his channel. And
YouTube Press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.